Hey guys, I'm Morthadon, and we are back for Black Clover episode 103. So, last time we had stumbled upon a little bit of a recap episode, but there was a little bit of non-recap elements, so my prediction is that in this episode we are going to recap the non-recap from the recap episode that we watched last episode. So, yeah. I imagine, I don't know, because, like, do people skip that episode, or I guess I watched the entire thing because you guys sync up along with me. Maybe people skip through it if they don't want to see it. Maybe everyone just watched it. I don't know. I'm curious as to that because I know there's a lot of episodes where people say to just, like, skip in some other shows because they're recap, but there was some new stuff in there. Like, Asta pulled out his new sword. Like, we found out he couldn't use his sword to save the father, and he pulled out the new sword and was about to do something with it, and then the episode ended. So, like, either they recap that, or people had to watch that last episode, or else they're just gonna be like, what's going on? you know? And I think they split up, right? In that last episode, that was when Asta and Yuno went to go fight the dude, while Asta went to go save the father and stuff like that. So, yeah, there's some new stuff, but a lot of it was filled with recap and the format of the letters. I did really like the formatting of the recap being through those letters and everything. So that was really neat. But yeah, let's jump into this episode and see what happens this time, shall we? All right, we're gonna start here in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, now. Let's go. Yes. Bum 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 bum. I was supposed to clean my glasses before this. I see all kinds of dots. Damn it. Do I do it now? How soon do we get the opening? Ooh, that's bad. Maybe I can do it real quick and just have a... Yeah, right. Me clean my glasses quickly. This is like a 10-hour project trying to get these clean. I hate it so much. Okay. Right. We know that. Meanwhile... As good as it's gonna get, I think. Yes. On the way there, they realize their hometown. Oh. And then they just blast it away. Yuno blasts the poison away. Asta cuts the branches. Yes. So good. That's what happened last episode, yep. And then suddenly the new sword emerged. That was a really good moment last episode. Like, I'm glad I saw it because it showed, like, a little bit from the father's perspective and stuff, and they haven't recapped that yet, so I'm really happy I watched the last episode because that actually got me pretty emotional. Yep. The new sword. Is this new sword anti-magic, though? Yep. And then he had a bunch of visions. Yep. Oh. Oh, new opening? Is that what this is? Oh. Licked and his wife. Interesting. And then it all burns down. Shit. Oh, that was a cool, like, lighting change from the shadow being one side to the other. Oh, my boys. Everyone's all beat up. Whoa! Holy shit! Spoilers! That's so sick! Noel, what are you doing? My boy. Oh, Siscolian. What was that? Well. Whoa. I don't know what that was. It was crazy. I gotta say, whatever that shit with Noel was is the most hype thing in the opening. He's freaking out, man. Black power. Okay. Oh. Is he, like, absorbing? He's absorbing it from, like, whoa. Whoa, it's like an area of effect magic absorb. That was more powerful than what the demon Slayer Sword could do, because that poison was like more deeply ingrained. My boiler kicked on. You guys are gonna hear humming in the background. I apologize. But yes, the father lived! I'm so happy. I was so worried. I was getting pretty emotional last episode because I thought it was possible he could actually go. It's not as rusty in that shot. Is that the sword itself, or is that just the animator's not drawing the rust part? Yeah, Yuno's got the power of elves. Yep. Not anymore. This guy is having a hard time comprehending this. Backstory. Oops. Hey. Interesting. Just another moment of thinking he can trust the humans and being betrayed by the same incident that they were all betrayed by, you know, but interesting. Oh, is it like the self-destruct? Is that what he's doing? Alright. Turn into something interesting. I wonder what that means. Alright, magic canceling. Let's go, baby. Oh, Jesus. Okay. It actually looks like it just, like... I don't think it really pierced too much. Maybe. I was gonna say, like, Asta sounded like you wanted to save him, and then you just stabs him in the chest with a sword. Ha ha ha. Saved you. Oh. Wait, are we seeing all of this again? Oh god. Anime. This is one hell of a, like, mid-episode recap. Like, I know they do this when they go to commercial and they come back, they show a little, but it seems like this is a lot. Yummy water. Yes! Stab him in the chest again! Yes! Yeah, I don't think it really pierced. I think it more like just pushed against his chest and canceled his magic. Negated the reincarnation spell. Damn. No. That's crazy that Asta can negate the reincarnation spell with that sword now. Good, get her out of the scene. Perfect. Oh, I also love that moment when they jumped in. Holy fist of love. That sounds dirty out of context. The question on everyone's mind. Hell yeah. Alright. Clover Kingdom. King is just sleeping at a time like this? Or is he just finding out? Okay, so he's just finding out. Jesus. He's dead. This fuck. Oh my god. Tuh. Most of them are fighting, man. Oh, shit. Jeez. So most of the Golden Dawn seem to be. I wonder if that was, like, part of Patri's plan, right? Like, all the people he recruited into the Golden Dawn were elf reincarnations, maybe? Or would it be good fits for ones? It's true, recruitment. It's interesting. I want to talk more about that. Except for the kid. Those two? What? Who? Is it... Are they also reincarnating Fauna and Veto's souls? Are they going to be back again? Or... maybe it's just two other people. It's the only two that I can think of. I mean, if they were able to bring their souls back from beyond death once, could they do it again, you know? Eat, yes, for sure. That bird is going ham on that food. Oh, okay, so this is the human. Digit. Talus. Not sure if that's gonna matter, but I wrote it down. His voice. I don't know what I was doing. But Asta, if you use your sword, you stop the reincarnation spell and they just go back to being dead. So I wonder what he's going to do. Is he going to use the sword, or is he going to try not to use the sword? Of course. Old man priest. Alright. Man. Asta really got control of the sword, right? Like, he's just flailing it around now, hanging on to it. It's funny how that happens in anime. Oh, these two. Are they finally gonna find out? Oh, shit. They're just gonna see it. Oh, no. They're gonna have to deal with luck. Are they gonna split up? Yep. Please don't fight over me. Alright. Going their separate ways. Ah, new outro too. What is this? Oh. It's his little demon. There was like a cut of possibly the demon in the opening where we saw like sharp, crazy teeth. And now we're seeing a little vision of it in the outro. I wonder if the demon's gonna come into a little bit more play here soon. This is a really interesting outro. Like, I like almost like the watercolor kind of painting, sorta. Maybe not watercolor, I don't know, art. But it's interesting, and like the characters just keep appearing before Asta and like talking to him, but Asta doesn't seem very happy. Who's that guy? Was that Henry? But it wasn't the same hair color as Henry had, right? I don't think. Oh, and then himself popping up with the demon. Ooh. Interesting. What a very melancholy ending. Interesting. Asta does not seem like he's in a good place there. Huh. Alright, guys, that is it for... What is going on? Okay. That is it for episode 103. That was a good episode. We wrapped up the saving their home village and said goodbye to them and everything, so that was cool. We got to learn what Asta's sword does, the new one. At least part of what it can do. It's basically a more powerful magic canceller, right? It was able to area of effect pull in the magic, right? Which, so that's kind of crazy, right? If you think about it, because I want to learn its limits, because obviously it's going to have its limits, right? Because the thing is with Asta's magic canceling sword, he's been able to cancel a lot of different powerful spells, right? But it has to come into contact with the blade to do that. But when Asta used the sword to actually touch the father, it wasn't powerful enough to remove the poison. Yet he pulled out the other sword, and it was just able to suck in that poison, which the other sword couldn't do by touching. To me, that means that the magic canceling, even doing the area of effect usage of it, is more powerful than the previous sword, which means, like, honestly, I'm a little worried, because that to me means that he could absorb the magic that, like, anyone throws at him because he's canceled stronger attacks before, you know? So can he just, like, hold that sword out and use it as, like, a lightning rod for magic, and just, like, abilities will just get constantly absorbed by it, and he, like, can't be hit by magic anymore if he has it out? I imagine there's gonna be some kind of limit or something that's gonna make it so it doesn't work that way, you know? It's just we gotta learn what that limit is. Maybe, like, maybe because the magic spells are moving so quickly that they can't be absorbed the same way the poison's absorbed, or something like that, you know? But either way, that's pretty powerful if he can pull that out and do AoE magic absorbing without even touching the target, you know? So it's gonna be, like, a pretty huge weapon for him, I think. In typical anime fashion, he struggled with it when he pulled it out. Like, it seemed like a big fight for him to keep it, you know, under control. But then towards the end of the episode, he's just flailing around, bye guys, flailing the sword around, and like was holding it fine. So did he already, like, master control of it? I would have thought that maybe, like, he would have did the thing and then put it away, you know, as soon as he was done, like, canceling out that dude's reincarnation spell and everything. He would have just put it away, because it was, like, it took a lot of control to hold on to, but I guess he just mastered it as the episode went already, you know? So, anyway, I thought that was, like, a little bit of an anime tropey thing where, like, a character's like, oh, it's so difficult, it's so powerful, and then later on they're just like, no big deal, you know? But yeah. So I don't know, Digitalis. I don't know if we're going to need to know his name. It looks like he's sticking around with Yuno for a bit, so I'm glad I wrote down his name just so I have it. We got to see the elf that was within him's backstory. Well, not really backstory, but we got to see him, you know, back when he was an elf, like how it seems like whenever we fight one, we see how they related to Licht and everything. They were definitely kind of like a small village where everyone knew Licht. You know, he was preparing for the wedding, wanted to bring him these flowers and everything. I like the idea of the flowers being, like, they look poisonous, so, like, animals and elves and stuff stay away from it, which makes it a sanctuary to bugs, because the bugs, you know it's not poisonous and know that other things avoid it, so they hang out there. Although, that just means that if you give those plants to anyone, they're just going to be, like, riddled with bugs. So, I mean, granted, in the example they showed, it was butterflies, which are beautiful, but can you imagine just, like, if there was a bunch of just, like, flies and mosquitoes flying around it, and you're just like, here's your gift, you know? Just a flower that's surrounded by fucking bugs. Enjoy! But yeah, and then obviously he has the same hate for humanity because of, you know, everything that happened with the humans attacking him. I say that way because if you haven't seen my other discussions, I have talked about how we have yet to see the Wizard King, or we have yet to see whoever it was that fired off the attack that killed the elves. We still have no idea if it really was the humans, you know? all they show us is the light coming down, killing the elves, and they assuming it's the humans, you know. So, and I don't like assumptions, so we'll wait and see. It very well could just be the humans, and that's what it is. But I have my crazy theory that maybe there's something more to it that eventually the elves will learn about, that it wasn't, you know. Like, what if it was, I said it before, and I don't know why, but like, what if Licht had a like evil side, because Licht had the same light magic that the Wizard King had, right? So he'd be able to do that same kind of spell that killed everyone, you know? And what if Licht was like, he had a part of him that really hated humans and wanted to pin this on them and did this, you know? I mean, the thing is every scene from the past, it seems like Licht really wants to get along with the humans and everything's fine. So either he's just completely hiding that side of him, or I'm completely wrong on that assumption, you know? But it was just kind of like the only other person we know of that has light magic, other than the Wizard King. So if I was going with the theory that maybe it wasn't the Wizard King that did it, Licht is the only one with that kind of magic, so I default to him, you know? But we'll just have to wait and learn more. It very well could just be that that someone used that light magic. Maybe there was a third party with light magic, and it was a human and killed all of them, you know? But we'll have to see. But Yuno made a comment while the elf soul was in pain and freaking out. He said that if we're not quick, it'll turn into something else. Now, he didn't go into detail, but I don't really know what to speculate here. I just wanted to bring it up again. I don't know what that means, you know? I'm very curious as to what he's talking about. Like, by turn into something else, does he mean that, like, he would just, like, go on a rampage and do something that he wouldn't normally want to do? Or would his soul, like, somehow mutate into some kind of monster or something, and Yuno knows something that we don't? I don't know. I don't think there's any way to know. But I don't even know if they meant anything by that. Like, I don't know if that was foreshadowing of someone whose soul that's gonna happen to, you know? Or if that was just the way it was translated to us, you know, from Japanese, or maybe it was even just the way they wanted to word it for that scene, but it doesn't really mean anything, you know? It could be like that, but yeah, so Asta's able to negate reincarnation with that new sword. He's able to cancel the reincarnation spell, which his other sword wasn't able to do. He tried to do that, you know? So now he can save everyone, but as I said during the episode, he mentioned wanting to save the humans and the elves. He's been on that kick the whole time, you know, even Raya saw it and all that. But canceling the reincarnation spell isn't gonna save the elves, right? I mean, it'll maybe, like, return their souls to their resting place. I don't know if Asta considers that saving them, you know, but I mean, I don't know. There's, like, really no win-win situation here, right? Like, I don't know what Asta plans on doing, because if he wants to get the elf soul out of his body, he naturally has to kind of re-kill the elves. Like, I know they've been reincarnated, so they were dead already, so he's just kind of, like, returning them to a death state. But in order to save his friends, he's going to do that, so I wonder what kind of compromise he's going to come up with, you know? Like, how is he going to save both the humans and the elves, especially when it comes to, like, his friends, you know? Who have these elf souls inside of them. Unless they somehow figure out a way to live together, right? Like the two souls in one body, like, share a body, kind of like Patry and William Vengeance, you know? Something like that, I guess, where they can swap back and forth and both do their thing, kind of. I don't know. And then really last thing was, I thought about it when it mentioned, like, all of the Golden Dawn being elves. I mean, that includes Yuno, right? Like, he is technically an elf. It's just for some reason the soul didn't awaken. And once again, they brought it up being like, you're affected by the reincarnation spell like me, so why is the human soul still intact? What happened to the elf soul? I'm still curious about that. I had my wild theory in the beginning that maybe Yuno has been like an elf the whole time, but in like a human body since birth somehow. I don't know. I don't really know how it all works out in my head with that theory, but they kind of explain the way they explained it away, and I'm going with that probably as like my primary, is they explained it as the soul like isn't ready to awaken yet, or hasn't awakened, and he managed to like push it down. I imagine like it might not go any deeper than just it's kind of like anime protagonist like able to conquer this whereas other people aren't, kind of thing. So but what I was trying to get at was with the idea of William having Patry inside him this whole time and being the one that founded the Golden Dawns. Does that mean that every person he recruited into the Golden Dawns was someone that was like magic capable to take the soul in? Because they all seem to have like similar powers to what they used in the past, right? Like this magic knight uses the plant magic, which the previous elf was like, at least he was all into plants. I don't know if that's the magic that elf used in his life, right? We didn't see him use any magic, so but that was just my thought, is like I was thinking like, well, why are all the Golden Dawns? And then it dawned on me, haha, get it? But that William was in charge of that, which means Patry, when they're doing that, when we saw it in the start of the show, when they're fighting and all the captains are up there watching and like all the recruits, and they like decide who gets to join them, he's picking people who are both strong and have like the magic affinity to take in some of these elf souls. And maybe that's why pretty much all of the Golden Dawn are affected by it. So I just thought that was a really cool, interesting thing that could, date back to the start of the show and even the start of the Golden Dawn, is that he's just been recruiting people for this reincarnation. So, neat. But anyways, yeah, I think that's going to be it for me, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed. Make sure you hit that subscribe button if you did. Check out my Patreon if you want to see more from me. Link in the description, or it should be popping up, where you can see early access, a few episodes ahead through that, and my Patreon exclusive tier, which will get you shows like Squid Game and Cowboy Bebop and others that are to come, and some other content that is still on there that is exclusive to Patreon. So check all that out if you're interested. Thank you so much, and I will see you in my future reactions. Bye-bye.